Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time to meet Team 363. Darien Harris, 5-year MSU linebacker, is co-captain of the 2015 Big Ten champions and college football playoff qualifier, and Spartan football's first director of player engagement. Darian, your weekends are going to be a little different maybe than we thought they would be a few weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe, but
we don't know.
We don't know. But, we're as flexible as can be, and we're just going to roll with the punches and take things day by day, as I've been saying since the beginning of this thing, neutral thinking. That's the way we're approaching everything. We have a plan in place,
right,
no matter what transpires in the next few days, and we'll just kind of wait and see.
If Big Ten football does start this fall, as many people expect it will, that means less time for you to watch the NBA playoffs. Something tells me you'll still manage to squeeze that in.
Yeah, they've been giving the Lakers all the late games anyway, so it kind of works out. But obviously, Spartan football is going to be #1 priority. And if we do end up, starting to get that going, then definitely got to be there for that.
Lots of strange finishes this weekend. I still can't believe what happened today with the Nuggets and the Clippers. We'll get to that a little bit later. Also want to introduce Doug Warren, Detroit Lions historian, NFL freelance writer, producer of The Drive with Jack, weekday afternoons for 7 years, and audio engineer of Press Pass for more than 300 shows. And Doug, we're right back at it with another incredibly frustrating Lions loss.
Yeah.
What a way to start the season.
Well, my advice to everybody, it took me a lot of years to learn this, is if you expect a loss going into every game, then when they happen to do something good, maybe come out with a win, then you'll be happy. If you expect a defeat, and when it happens, it won't hurt so bad. Trust me.
They are so creative in coming up with new ways to lose. And it isn't just giving up 3 touchdowns to a Bears team that would have a hard time scoring against air, but then they come back down the field and they've got the game-winning touchdown in their hands in the end zone. And of course, it doesn't work. This is your last show with us, at least for a while, and when you have not been on the panels, you've done a great job doing audio back in the control room. And you're turning that over to Heidi Vanderbeek.
Yeah, turn it over into great hands. Heidi's done a great job with us for a long time, and I'm stepping aside, doing some things, new things in my life, and I appreciate all the time I've had here, and maybe someday I can come back if the Lions actually win something. I can talk to us about something happy.
We'll keep you in mind for that. We'll be right back. The big picture up next. We're going to talk about the weekend in college football and the weeks to come. Coming up next.
At the David Chapman Agency, we take your business insurance personally. Our expertise makes it easy for you. Experience the benefit of a local agent who cares about your business with the David Chapman Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit davidchapmanagency.com.
Right now at LaFontaine Ford, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for up to 84 months on a new 2020 Ford EcoSport. Shop LaFontaineFordofLansing.com.
LaFontaine, the family deal.
Things will be different at Lansing Community College this fall. Instead of being on campus, we'll be online. If you're worried, we get it. That's why we've created online options to fit your life and learning style. Pick the option that's right for you. Our classes cost less, they transfer, and feature 4 late start options for your success this fall. Lansing Community College. You belong here. Apply today.
Tired of your boring, plain, or outdated kitchen? Kitchen Tune-Up has 5 ways to update. Get an entirely new look in only 1 to 5 days. That's right, kitchen remodels in only 1 to 5 days. You don't have to save up for years, and it doesn't take months to remodel your kitchen. At Kitchen Tune-Up, most projects fall between $99 to $249 a month. Call now for a free consultation. Call Kitchen Tune-Up to schedule or visit us at kitchentuneuplansing.com.
Dr. Leonard Hofstetter. Cool. Redefined.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Please welcome Drew Barrymore.
I've been waiting all my life to meet you.
It's been a wild ride. Can you believe I have 2 daughters around your age?
Kind of scary.
I have so much to fill you in on. Want to hear about our new daytime show?
I'd love to.
We're going to spend an hour every day celebrating life.
Oh.
I'm so excited I could scream. Want to do it with me?
Guys ready?
The Drew Barrymore Show premieres Monday morning at 9 on Fox 47.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and safely transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs.
We'll see if he can. Clean snap. He'll angle the punt. And it's going to be scooped up on a bounce. That's Haydell with all his dramatic moves across the 25. Haydell, here he comes to the 35, to the 40, still going. Haydell to the 30, to the 20. Has he done it? He did! To scoop it up on a bounce.
Well, they kicked it away from him earlier.
Oh, my goodness. Did he miss the extra point? He hooked it. He hooked it. The field goal is good. Jeff Traylor, his debut as the head coach in San Antonio. UTSA wins his first game 51-48 in double overtime.
Wow, what an ending to that game. It looked like Texas State was dead. They come back with 2 late touchdowns, including a 90-yard punt return. All they have to do is kick the point after, and they can't do it. The guy kicks it way wide, and then it goes into the second overtime. They wind up losing to Texas San Antonio. Talk about a heartbreaking finish for Texas State. Darien, it was a great week of college football. We got some upsets. It wasn't too great if you were an Iowa State fan, but for the most part, there were a lot of close finishes, some surprises along the way. But in the Big Ten, it was a week for debate and discussion. We're not sure what's going to happen. I got some reports tonight that looks like things are going to work, but we don't know that yet. If it does turn out that we play college football in October, who are the big winners?
I would hope the big winners would be the student athletes, and I guess that remains to be seen. I mean, my position on this whole thing from the beginning is it's about the student athletes, you know. And when you're seeing all these reports and all these different things going on, you know, on the one side, the media's and everyone, you know, or certain people in the media, I should say, are just trying to be first and trying to be the first ones to break all this news. And so they're not worried about the student athletes. And you have the other side of it, which is fans who just want to see their favorite team out there. So they're not really worried about the student athletes. So I hope it's the student athletes that win at the end of the day, and that want to play, that want to be out there, that want to compete, that want to get an opportunity to, of course, get to the next level and know that you need to play and get filmed to do that. So again, I just hope it's the student athletes.
Doug Warren, how political has this decision gotten? And with so much at stake, can you see why some people say, follow the money?
Well, I think it's been politicized for all the wrong reasons. I don't think the decision for the Big Ten to, at least temporarily for now, postpone football was a political decision. I think it was made based on the available evidence at the time. But I think what's interesting is that I didn't expect the Big Ten to potentially have the about face it appears they might be having by bringing in football in October. Now, maybe that was always a contingency plan, but I was just under the assumption that once you cancel it, that's probably what would happen. So that's been a surprise. You know, the other thing that really says this is a total twilight zone is that Ohio State, the university's canceled spring break for 2021, but potentially the Buckeyes could be on the field in the next month. So this is just, it's crazy what's going on right now. And I don't know what's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see.
Darien, thinking back to your playing days, you had plan A, plan B, plan C. You had to react in a split second, right? Including the Rose Bowl. Do you have to do that now? Do you have all these different contingencies and you just have to wait and see what the day brings?
Yeah, I think you have to, and it's up to us as a staff to continue to give our players the most accurate information and the most real-time information possible, and just continue to tell them and their parents and their families that we do have a plan no matter what comes down the pipe. So when we shifted from camp back into really off-season mode, we had a plan, and now we have to shift back from off-season mode into camp and then get ready to play in October, October 17th or whenever it's going to be. We have a plan for that, to keep the players safe, to keep them healthy, to make sure that they're ready to actually play a football game, because that's the toughest thing. You can't just jump into a football game off the street. You got to be ready to take that.
How long does it take?
That's why we got Coach Novak and that staff, and Coach Burkhardt and Coach Gass and Taylor Porter and Joe Powell and Rick Dennison and that whole crew. They know the body better than all of us. They'll let us know what the time we need to be able to play.
Doug, what surprised you and what impressed you about this wild weekend of college football?
Well, I mean, what impressed me is that the resiliency of the student athletes to where they are playing football to play as well as they did. I mean, we saw what happened with the clip at the beginning with Texas State. I mean, it's great to have college football back and see a 90-yard punt return. I think as far as the surprises, Les Miles losing to Coastal Carolina 2 times in a row, even though he's at Kansas, that's a surprise. Not good for Les.
We'll be right back with our Going Green segment, and you're going to hear from Tom Izzo and Dr. Samuel Stanley about masks. We don't mean masks on a helmet. We're also going to talk about Michigan State football and some very important recruiting news. Even today, we'll be right back with that and more on Press Pass.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
September 21st, these women are here to kick some...
What? The nerve.
Watch me now. First is the broadcast premiere of LA's finest.
Tons of. Now that we've got their attention, we're gonna keep it.
Then it's the series premiere of Filthy Rich.
You're really playing with fire. Oh, I haven't even lit the match.
LA's finest, followed by the premiere of Filthy Rich, September 21st on Fox.
Don't miss The Masked Singer, season premiere Wednesday, September 23rd on Fox.
Ellie's my best friend. When I found out I had kidney disease, I was worried I wouldn't be able to take care of her anymore. Thanks to dialysis and my Fresenius kidney care team, things haven't changed. Now I know I can still take care of her. After all, that's what best friends do.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders. And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graff Chevrolet and Graff Nissan on West Grand River and Okemos. With 106 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you, as they have on all 7 of my recent purchases. For a new or used vehicle, go green, go Graff.
The IZone has been helping us win here for many years. But this year, we need your help with a new zone.
the mask zone. In East Lansing, near campus, we need everyone to wear a mask in public, whether you're inside or out. And you need to limit the size of social gatherings to 10 people indoors and no more than 25 people outside. I'm a basketball coach, but this guy here, he's an infectious disease doctor. I know he's making all the right play calls.
Wearing a mask, keeping 6 feet of distancing, and limiting social gatherings, that's our key defense against COVID-19. We need everyone to work together as a team on this one. Following public health guidance and regulations passed by local authorities to combat this pandemic is the right thing to do and is expected of every Spartan, regardless of location. We know most Spartans will play by the rules, but for those who don't, we want to be clear. You may be subject to disciplinary action from the university.
These times are tough, but so are Spartans.
With everyone's help, we can get back to the Izone and everything else we love about being together on campus.
Together, we will overcome this.
Darien Harris, head coaches and presidents have not always seen eye to eye at Michigan State. What does it mean that Tom Izzo and Dr. Samuel L. Stanley could team up to strongly urge, if not demand, mask usage?
Yeah, I think it's more of a demand, and I think it's great that one of the most prominent figures in the country, and Coach Izzo, is willing to do that. I think it's also just interesting to me that we can't just say, hey, do this to protect yourself, but more importantly, protect others. We have to enter in, these certain celebrities, I guess I should say, and reasons behind it, which is if you want, mask up if you want football, mask up if you want basketball, etc. It should just be about public health and safety. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if this is what it takes, and this is what it takes, and I think it's great that Coach is willing to do that.
Doug, with so many questions to be answered, you look at Michigan State and you think about new head coach, new coordinators, new systems, no spring practice, no established quarterback, completely rebuilt defense. What constitutes a successful first season for Mel Tucker?
Well, I think on the field, in my mind, a successful season would be if you could reach 500. With all the changes, especially at the quarterback position, a number of guys needing to be replaced on defense, they're in a rebuild mode. But if there isn't a season, there's also gains to be made. There's gains to be made on the recruiting trail, and you got to reestablish some relationships there that maybe petered off in the last couple of years of the previous regime. There's lots of ways that you can make hay and put hay into the barn, whether you're on the field or off. So I think no matter what happens here over the next month, whether there's football or not in the Big Ten, I think Michigan State's in a good position right now to have some gains in whatever way is possible for this football program.
You talk about gains on the recruiting trail. I want to take a look at Michigan State's list of verbal commitments thus far and a couple of additions to this. Baton Rouge, Louisiana safety Javon Grigsby committed this week. And today, Audric Estime, big running back out of Montvale, New Jersey. He's 4 stars and probably the highest rated player thus far in this class. So that is a sign that things are definitely moving in the right direction. Darien, you had some really big season openers. When you look at this one, what's the biggest difference from some of the games when you were there for Boise State and some of the other games that really got the season off on the right foot?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it's going to be the experience within the stadium, for one, and we're seeing that across all the football games, whether it's even with the Chiefs having, a 20% capacity or whatever it was, to the other games of not having anybody in the stands. Another thing is you don't know who you're playing yet if we do play, but also not having those non-conference games, that's just a difference also, because if it's whether it's opening up with Boise or an FCS school, or even maybe not being the opener, but a week 2 game against Oregon, those are always exciting.
I hope you get to talk to Antoine Simmons, and he's half as good a captain as you were. We'll be right back here on Press Pass.
We are MEA, a foundation of collective strength, an advocate for education. K-12 educators, support professionals, and higher education employees, united to support our students, our schools, and our community. Together, we are the shield protecting every student's right to succeed. Michigan Education Association. Champions for education.
The internet's on sale. Get high-speed access from WOW. Now for only $39.99 per month. Super fast internet 100 with no contracts and double the speed for just $5 more for a limited time.
Fox 47, home to the #1 primetime newscast, the most popular comedies on TV, and the #1 news show on television. Thank you for making Fox 47 Mid-Michigan's favorite TV station.
Download the Fox 47 News app and stay connected everywhere you go.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. Peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemus.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
They know all of your secrets.
I used to wet my bed.
Ross used to wear leg warmers.
Your middle name is Muriel. Ross still sees his pediatrician.
Chandler entered a Vanilla Ice look-alike contest and won. Ross came in 4th and cried. Joey was in a porno movie.
Ross married Rachel in Vegas and got divorced. Again.
But they love you anyway. Friends.
Stay up with your friends, weeknights at midnight on Fox 47.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. That's why I'm there every week. Here you see the score by quarters. Ouch. Lions in great shape. 23-6, and then outscored 21-zip in the fourth quarter. They lose 27-23. Darien, I remember another game that ended with a 27-23 score. I just put this up there for Tom Crawford, who I know will be watching this. Hi, Tom. We miss you. 27-23, and sometimes it can be a perfect score. It wasn't for the Detroit Lions. This time, when you think about where the Lions are, Doug Warren, is this 1960, 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2010? I don't know what year it is, but I've seen this game before, and it was very patrician.
Yeah, well, to me, it's like 2019. We were here a year ago, roughly, at this time, talking about the Lions blowing a lead to Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals, and ended up in a tie game. I'll say the same thing I said back then. Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn are in over their heads. They're not ready for prime time. They never will be, and the Lions will never have any chance of getting better until both of them are replaced. Everything we saw today with the fourth quarter collapse, this defensive guru that Matt Patricia is, look, he annoys me more than Jim Schwartz did, because he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. And Jim Schwartz had a lot more success. At least he got the Lions to the playoffs a couple of times. But Patricia is so far out of the realm of turning this thing around that, you know, I just hope that Sheila Ford Hamp, the new person allegedly in charge in Allen Park, taking over for her mother, is not going to allow Bob Quinn to have a chance to pick another poor head coach and give him another opportunity. Both these guys need to go sooner rather than later.
Doug, of all of the Lions' season opening losses, and we have seen dozens of them, where does this one rank in terms of a late collapse? It's the 11th come-from-ahead loss, if you want to turn it around, that we have seen in the last 33 games for Matt Patricia, and they had a chance to come back, and that ball is in DeAndre Swift's hands.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel bad for him, but hopefully this doesn't become something that lingers with him for the rest of the season. It was great to see Adrian Peterson not only as a player on the field, but as a leader afterward, going to DeAndre Swift and saying, look, you got to put this behind you and move forward. You got a lot more great opportunities ahead of you, and hopefully he takes that to heart. Peterson, by the way, looked fantastic, and another guy who I didn't like the draft pick, but he looked fantastic today is T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for silver linings in this cloud today, Peterson and Hawkinson are two of them, and I'm anxious to see how those two guys play the rest of the season, because you got to find something, because the wins are not going to be there. Let's just be honest.
Well, when you're a Lions fan, you deal with Honolulu blue and silver linings, so we're just used to that. Darien, when you think about how important it is to win a season opener, and then you're playing a team that is in your division, a team you think you should be able to beat, but now you've lost 5 in a row and you've had one ripped away from you like this. I know they got 15 games to go, but how tough is this?
It's as tough as the locker room makes it out to be. That's when the leaders have to step up and say that it is a long season. You got 15 more to go, and you have to find a way to bounce back. That's exactly what Adrian Peterson told DeAndre Swift after the game. He has to tell that, and then Stafford and the rest of the leaders on the team have to tell that to the entire locker room. Put this one behind you and move on. You got to have a short memory, especially at that level.
I want to put the NFL scores for week 1 back up on the screen. And Doug, when you look at the first 13 games of week 1, not counting tonight's game and the 2 tomorrow night, what has impressed you? And if misery loves company, the Lions weren't alone. We saw Philadelphia against woeful Washington blow a 17-0 lead. What stood out to you?
Well, I think Thursday night what stood out to me was the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending champions, continuing to roll. And you know, they're on trying to repeat, which is extremely difficult in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers looked fantastic today against the Vikings. The Ravens are terrific. Now, again, they're playing the Browns, but still, when you go up 38-6 and Lamar Jackson, the reigning MVP, looked as good as he did today, I think those are things to be excited about. And as far as Baltimore, I think a team that will go to the Super Bowl, they looked very good today. But you know, it's just great to have the NFL back, despite what happened with the Lions, giving us a little bit of normalcy with a loss on opening day for 2020 here. It's just great to see the league back. And the only thing I can say that I could criticize openly, aside from the Lions' performance, is I don't like the crowd noise. I'd rather hear it with nothing. So maybe you'd be like the UFC, which I think is very interesting. There's no crowd noise, so you get to hear the corners, the sidelines. You get to hear a lot more of the ambiance of the actual game rather than the audience. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that shakes out.
I've got an early surprise, dark horse team to watch, call it what you will, the Arizona Cardinals. I said I knew with Cliff Kingsbury coming in last year, Kyler Murray, it was going to be a tough start. Now they've got DeAndre Hopkins back with them. They've got Kenyon Drake. I think this is a team that's going to make some noise, and hey, they beat San Francisco today. The NFC champion came from behind to get that done. Team to watch, the Arizona Cardinals. We'll be right back with more coming up here on Press Pass.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else: peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
LA's Finest premieres September 21st on Fox.
At
Applegate, home comfort means our licensed technicians make your comfort their priority. It means serving you like family, because that's what a family-owned business does. It means helping you make smart investments in your home, thanks to our expertise in the latest home comfort technology. So take comfort in Applegate Home Comfort, the real local company since 1952. AC maintenance is just $79.95. Schedule your appointment today at applegatehomecomfort.com. We are MEA, a foundation of collective strength, an advocate for education. K-12 educators, support professionals, and higher education employees, united to support our students, our schools, and our community. Together, we are the shield protecting every student's right to succeed. Michigan Education Association. Champions for education.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years, with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank, for what matters most.
Jose Abreu, where does he rank across Major League Baseball? The lowest number is the expected weighted on base. All of it suggests a season that will continue for Jose. A lot of great signs. 1-2. Jose over second base into center. Sox have taken the lead. Grandal to third. Jose Abreu's got a new streak cooking, and it's 1-0.
Well, we told you that run producers will go out of the strike zone. Jose's not going to leave it to Eloy. Runners at the corners. Sox take the early lead.
Sox by 3, and Jose spins it to right center field. That's a base hit, so Jose Abreu's hit streak breaks, and now he's got 2 hits tonight. 1-2. Jose tags at center field. Reyes going back at the track, at the wall. It is gone! That's an 8th spot with 1 out in the 4th. That'll teach you to break his hit streak.
That's a 14th homer. He's driven in 4 tonight, giving him 44. What a year it's been.
Oh, he was not done, ladies and gentlemen. He came up again and hit another 3-run homer. 2 home runs, 7 RBI. That was half of Chicago's 14-run total. Darien, it's hard to remember a time when any Major League team in the span of 4 days gave up 12 or more runs to 3 different teams. 19-zip against the Brewers, a 12-2 loss the next day to the Cardinals, and 2 days later, 14-0 against the White Sox. That's hard to imagine.
It is hard to imagine, but that's kind of the way that Tigers baseball rolls sometimes. But, you know, just recently we were talking about them being a game over 500.
Yeah.
Now they've dropped a little bit. So let's just see how they end the season. There may be something, you know, some form of optimism going into next year.
Doug, can you believe that the Tigers allowed more runs, actually 8 more runs, last night against Chicago than the Lions allowed points in the first 46-plus minutes today until the 4th quarter. Detroit had held Chicago to 6, and then all hell broke loose.
Yeah, well, the key to the Lions' defense, as we've always seen, is what they do in the 4th quarter, which under Matt Patricia hasn't been much of anything. They've blown a lot of 4th quarter leads, and they did so again today. But I think with the Tigers, you know, they've already exceeded my expectations. The eternal pessimist, picked them to have 20 wins this year. So they've already exceeded that, and I think there's a lot of bright spots. I mean, we've talked all year about Casey Mize, how great he is. And I know some people were upset yesterday or the other day about you know, him being pulled with a 3-1 lead and the bullpen coming in and you know, pouring kerosene on everything. But you don't want to have 1976 happen again, where you're overextending a star of the future and you end up burning him out like they did with Mark Fidrich. Now, Mize isn't pitching anywhere near that many innings right now, and he won't.
And the pitch count now they have, Doug, I don't think that they're overextending anybody. Darien, he'd thrown 76 pitches. I was frankly a little disappointed that Ron Gardenhire didn't maybe come out and talk to him, see how he's doing, send the pitching coach out. But 76 pitches. Let's see how he does. He'd thrown 5 no-hit innings.
Yeah.
And now he's in a situation where he's given up 1 run, still got a 3-1 lead. Let's see if he can work his way out of this jam and learn from it.
Yeah, I think it was a good opportunity for a learning experience. I mean, I think you come out and talk to a young player, of course he's going to want to stay in and keep going and think he can dig him out. So it might have been a little bit overzealous to pull him. But again, you see the potential is there. It gives, it's a good problem to have. I think it's a good thing for fans to be upset about, because they actually want to see a player out there doing his thing. So again, it's about optimism, hopefully going into a 2021 season where we get all 162 games back.
And I like to see starting pitchers who do not want to leave the game. When the manager comes out there, they got to wrestle the ball out of their hand. I saw that. You see that with Jack Morris all the time. I thought Sparky Anderson was going to have to tackle him to get him out of the game. Doug, talk about the Tigers that were above 500 briefly, and then a 2-6 week. Now they are 20-26. Where do you think they finish? They have 12 scheduled games left. Possibility they could have a makeup game, but what do you think their final win total is now?
Well, I think 25 wins is something that they could shoot for and that fans could hope for. I mean, if they could finish 500 and get to 26 wins, go 6-6 down the stretch, that'd be great. But considering as what we saw in the opening segment there with the home run derby that the White Sox put up, I don't know that the Tigers are going to be capable of that. But again, there's a lot more positive things going into this season with the young guys and the rebuild going on than there had been in previous years. So I'm excited about the Tigers moving forward.
Yeah, and I think that 25 wins would be great, because I got a dinner bet with Fred Human. He said 26 he's got to get to. We'll be right back with more coming up. We're going to talk NBA up next.
Time to get your game on. Sports wagering is now open at the all-new Daisy Sportsbook and Tap House, only at Firekeepers.
Skin Boss Med Spa wants you to stay up late with your friends.
How you doing?
Watch Friends from the very first episode, midnights on Fox 47, beginning Monday, September 14th.
Shaheen Chevrolet wants your vehicle, and we'll overpay you for it. We'll give you full KBB value for your vehicle, plus an additional $3,000 towards a new one.
$3,000 more for your trade. The guaranteed lowest price on any new Chevy, only at Shaheen Chevrolet.
Why would you go anywhere else?
Cast your votes for the Top of the Town Awards at Fox47News.com today.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, only on Fox 47 News.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else: peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
September 23rd, television's #1 show on television's #1 network is back with an all-new season.
This is The Masked Singer.
Who will be the major stars?
Oh my God!
What insanely creative costumes will there be?
My heart is just pumping out of my chest right now.
The clues are in your hands.
I know exactly who this is.
The Emmy-nominated Masked Singer, all-new season premieres September 23rd on Fox.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Tracking a Trophy segment, brought to you by the Ticket Machine at the corner of Mount Hope and Hagedorn. For the best in sports and entertainment ticketing, whenever those events resume, go to theticketmachine.com.
Missed a wide open shot.
In rhythm again, Jokic, splash down. Jamal Murray
with 19 in the game.
But there's no way.
Wow, at the other end quickly.
It's a good play by the Clippers, and there's no way Denver can give up.
In a game that you'll see on ESPN. Can they do it again? They did it against Utah. They were down 3-1. Now they'll try to do it again against the Clippers.
Wow. Darien Harris, just when we thought the Western Conference final was set, or some of us thought that, Denver rallies from 16 down for a 13-point win. How did that happen?
They just have this resiliency about them that's really rare for a young team. I mean, they're a super young team. First real playoff run with all of those guys intact, playing against, the favorite to come out of the West probably in the Clippers, down 16, as you said, in an elimination game, and they just battled back. So I think it's more so good Nuggets than bad Clippers. I think they just have this will about them where they just kick it into gear in the second half. And Game 7 to me is a toss-up. I don't think it's automatically going to Los Angeles. I really think that Denver has a chance.
Wow. Nikola Jokic was terrific. I think that's a different team. Now they have Gary Harris back. He gives them a little bit of defense on the perimeter. And I just wonder about the Clippers. I thought they might have the best team in the NBA, and they get in these situations, they don't get it done.
No, they don't. And yeah, Gary has given the Nuggets a huge boost, especially defensively. I mean, Jokic, the Joker, he's the best center in the league. I mean, that's not even a question. He's first team All-NBA. It's not even a question what he's able to do. They don't have anybody that can guard him, and he can hit you all different kinds of ways. So again, this Nuggets team is fun to watch, and how long you can keep these guys together remains to be seen, because you got definitely 2 max players, maybe 3 with Michael Porter Jr. coming up. Yeah. It's going to be hard to keep all of them together for long.
The Toronto Raptors did not have quite enough to defend their NBA championship, but they gave it a great run. How entertaining was that series with the Boston Celtics? And what can you say about the play of Kyle Lowry and Marcus Smart?
Yeah, well, I thought it was a great series. I think it's probably 2 of the 2 or 3 best coached teams in the league. If you want to toss Doc Rivers in there as well. But Kyle Lowry and Marcus Smart are both, they're pit bulls. They go at each other. They're winning players. You want Marcus Smart on your team in a Game 7. You want Kyle Lowry on the team in a Game 7. He's a champion for a reason. And the Raptors played like defending champs that whole series. And I wish they could have played to best of 9 or best of 11, because I watched them play all day.
Doug Warren, I want to take a look at the conference semifinals. What surprised you? What impressed you about all these games?
Well, I think what impressed me is the way that the Lakers dispatched Houston and 4-1. I don't know that anybody really expected that, even though the Lakers now are clicking with LeBron, and LeBron amazingly is taking a 9th team in 10 years to the conference finals. He's done that now with 3 different teams. So to me, kind of the beat goes on with LeBron. But Denver, as Darien talked about, they're young. It's like they are too young. Sometimes you get a team that's too young to even know better. So they're in a zone. They don't really realize the position that they're in. They're just enjoying the moment, and that's why they're having that success. So, yeah, I think people forget Denver's the 3rd seed, so it's not like an 8 seed we're talking about here. This is a pretty good basketball team, and they're just finding their groove in the playoffs.
Darien, can you break down these Eastern and Western Conference finals? 3 of the 4 slots are set. And can you give me a couple of players we're going to be talking about next Sunday on Press Pass, our last show of the 7th year?
Yeah, I think the Heat Celtics in the East is going to be another great series. I could see it going 7. I guess on paper you may say the Celtics have a better team, but the Heat have Jimmy Butler, and I think that makes a big difference. And to pick one player maybe out of the East, to me it's Andre Iguodala. You're talking about a Finals MVP and a champion. He's one of those guys that has that playoff mode where when he kicks it in, it could be a different gear. And that experience, I think, is going to help the Heat a lot. And in the West, of course, it remains to be seen what happens between the Nuggets and the Clippers. But both teams, I think, will be tough matchups for the Lakers. And again, to pick a player from there, I guess that's already in the conference finals. Alex Caruso has played unbelievable. He's more than a meme. He's more than a, he's not really a Twitter joke. People love him, but it's kind of like a joke that he's not as good as people say he is. But he actually is that good, especially defensively. He's been maybe the best defensive player in the whole bubble. It's been unbelievable what he's been able to do in terms of his on-the-ball defense.
I've heard a lot of comments. People say, where'd they get that guy? What rec league is he from? And he comes in there, and LeBron loves him. but he does what needs to be done. They don't need a guy to score 32 points when they have Bron and AD. They need somebody to do some of the other things.
And he does other things exceptionally well. The others, as Shaq calls them. You got to have the great others on your team.
So since we will not have you with us for the next couple of weeks, we want everyone to mark this down. Give us your finals prediction, which two teams and which one is holding the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
I got Lakers Celtics in an old Magic Larry type of rivalry, and of course I got my Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron getting his 4th NBA title.
He loves his Lakers, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with more coming up on Press Pass.
When I found out I had kidney disease, I was worried I wouldn't be able to take care of my best friend. Thanks to my Fresenius Kidney Care team, things haven't changed. Now I can still take care of her. After all, that's what best friends do.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
At the David Chapman Agency, it's our knowledge and expertise that make insuring home, auto, and farm easy for you. Experience the benefit of a local agent who cares about you with the David Chapman Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit davidchapmanagency.com.
W superstar Otis reminding you that SmackDown is all new this Friday on Fox 47.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Dream of virtually infinite possible worlds. What will they be like?
Cosmos Possible Worlds, Tuesday, September 22nd on Fox.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Lansing's Best segment, brought to you by the Greater Lansing Sports Authority. The GLSA has brought thousands of athletes and teams to Mid-Michigan for hundreds of tournaments and special events, and we'll do that again in 2021, showing everyone what Mid-Michigan can be. We are pleased to be joined by another Zoom guest tonight, Paul Bobbitt. He is an NFL PA, Certified Contract Advisor for VIP Sports Management, and a former Michigan State defensive back at the start of the George Perlis era. How's number 39 doing after the season's first Sunday of pro football, Paul?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. It was an excellent day of football, very exciting. There's still some games to come.
Right.
So I'm just going to sit back and prepare and watch the rest of these games tonight and Monday night.
So what did you learn from your days in East Lansing that helped you in player representation?
Well, one of the key things that I learned was the art of networking and working with your teammates. I tell you, communication was a big factor as well, but I can really stand by networking. Networking is one of the key factors that you want to portray while into this particular business. Very important to make contacts.
I want to talk about your best known client, Baltimore Ravens running back and Alabama Heisman Trophy winner Mark Ingram. What is it that makes Mark an ideal client?
I'm gonna tell you something. Mark is the ultimate professional football player. I mean, he's an athlete, obviously, a fantastic athlete, Heisman Trophy, a national championship in college, and it looks like they're striving to have a fantastic season coming up with the I believe it was a 38-6 victory over Cleveland Browns today. He's, like I said, he's the ultimate professional. He knows how to take care of his body.
Yeah.
He's played. This is his 9th season. He knows how to manage the locker room, manage all of his players, his teammates, manage the coaching staff as well as the management.
Right.
And he manages me to manage him.
Doug Warren was a big fan of your college roommate, who was Mark's dad, receiver for Michigan State. Doug, I think you've always said that's your all-time favorite Super Bowl play.
Yeah, absolutely. Super Bowl 25, Mark Ingram Sr. It was 3rd and 13 for the Giants against the Buffalo Bills, a do-or-die play. He broke 4 or 5 tackles, and I remember sitting with my dad watching the game at the time. I was like 20 years old. I said, this is the greatest play I've ever seen, and I have not changed my mind since, Paul.
You also have other clients, including Jordan Lewis, defensive back for the Cowboys and former Michigan Wolverine, right?
Former Michigan Wolverine. Yes, absolutely. And defensive back for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. Darien,
as you can see,
very quickly, what does it mean when you have a fellow Spartan alum who's been as successful off the field as Paul?
It means my job as director of player engagement is a whole lot easier, because I can just point to people like Paul and say, when you're done playing, you can move into a successful field no matter what it is. And we have so many great Spartans out there that are doing great things, and Paul is at the top of the list for sure.
Paul, we have about 15 seconds left. Can you tell our viewers how to get in touch with VIP Sports Management if they've got an idea or they just want to talk to you about this? What do they do?
Hey, you can go to our website, which is VIPSportsManagement.com.
Perfect.
Or you can call you can call me directly.
All right, sounds great.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else: peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at GraffOkemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
We are MEA, a foundation of collective strength, an advocate for education. K-12 educators, support professionals, and higher education employees, united to support our students, our schools, and our community. Together, we are the shield protecting every student's right to succeed. Michigan Education Association. Champions for education.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by 4 great Culver's locations in mid-Michigan: Okemos North and South, North Lansing, and West Lansing. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious Butterburgers and premium frozen custard. Swing through any Culver's drive-thru and grab your fresh favorites. That's Culver's Welcome to Delicious.
And Sales hoping for the chance to return this one. Ball through the fingertips under pressure, and this ball is a touchdown. Campbell unable to boot it away, and for USF, a little bit of good fortune on special teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw the shortest kick return for a touchdown in college football history. It was 0 yards. In fact, the guy caught the punt, and he actually did punt the ball, sort of, about 2 yards into the end zone. Darien, it reminded me of another play at the end of a game where there was a botched punt and a surprising outcome, and everyone said, "What did we just see?" I know what Tom Crawford is seeing right now. Hello, Tom. How are you? But we want to talk about who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week. Team 363. Darien, what do you have for our play of the week?
Play of the week, I'm going with somebody who, at least fans in this area will probably be familiar with, Benny Fowler, who I think made maybe the play of the game today. And the thing about Benny recovering that, what wasn't necessarily an onside kick, but was a great decision by Sean Payton, where if you get a penalty and you're going to kick from the 50, pooch it up there. Your players, all they have to do is run 30, 35 yards. They're
That's how Sean Payton won a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Doug, you remember that?
Yeah.
Starting
absolutely.
the second half of that onside kick.
Got to do that. So great play by Benny Fowler, who was activated like 5 minutes before the game today. Young players out there, special teams is how you stay in the league.
Unbelievable. Great play of the week. Doug, what do you have for our team of the week?
Well, this is kind of black comedy, which is my thing. The team of the week, to bring a little normalcy to 2020. It's been a topsy-turvy year. We all know that for various reasons. The Detroit Lions bring things back to normal with a loss on opening day in a stellar style. Drop passes, missed opportunities, dumb penalties, you name it. And then a classic moron quote from the coach post-game saying, "Oh, I was involved in one of the great plays in NFL history." Yeah, okay. Like me being involved in Darien's goal line or fourth down stand at the Rose Bowl because I happen to be standing on the sideline. I mean, it's asinine. So the Detroit Lions, team of the week, bringing normalcy to 2020 with a L.
That was a great play. In fact, it's also, no, I'm not going to go there. Time for our player of the week. And I guess you could say anyone who's ever been in the city of Chicago after what happened there this week. The Bears, unbelievable. You get the White Sox sweeping the Tigers. You get the Cubs with Alec Mills pitching a no-hitter today, 12-0 win over the Brewers. Pretty special. How about Naomi Osaka? U.S. Open, her third Grand Slam championship, played incredibly well. But I'm going to give our player, he's not really a player, but Ryan Day, coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, if indeed the Big Ten presidents reverse and vote to play, as a lot of people have predicted they will. It's not a done deal yet, but maybe it is. And if that happens, he was the one who refused to take no for an answer. He said, we're going to play. Well, he's got a team he thinks can win a national championship, so that's probably part of it. But hats off to Ryan Day. Persistence matters. I want to thank Darien Harris. He is Michigan State football's first Director of Player Engagement, and Doug Warren, our Detroit Lions historian, done an incredible job technically with us on the Drive with Jack and Press Pass. Can't say enough about his efforts for both of those shows. We will be back next week, everyone. Hope we'll have a little more normalcy and we'll know a little bit more than we do now, but it'll be fun. See you next week. Have a great week.